Welcome back to the news at 10. Will the Anambra PDP chapter ever know peace? That's a big question in the state's political circles. Ahead of the Congress is slated to hold from Tuesday, July 21st to Sunday, the 26th this week, party members are divided over who leads them. Three divergent opinions trail the published exercise, allegedly signed by the National Publicity Secretary of the party, Mr. Olisametu, announcing the approval of the National Working Committee for Award, local governments and state congresses.
The consensus it is our turn to produce the chairman of PDP in Anambra State. And that chairman will not be any of the factional chairmen.
With those words, the battle line appears drawn. But this time, it's not one political party against another, but the fight is between members of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP.
Who signed the letter to INEC informing INEC about this election, about this Congress?
Activities, that is the Anambra State chapter, is at a standstill over timing of the Congress and zoning of candidates. All warring factions have held protest meetings to air the grievances on the matter. On one side of the divide are those saying that the National Publicity Secretary of the party, Mr. Olisametu, is playing politics by showing favor to some.
Every election will have a guideline. There is no guideline. And I have a copy of the publication he made, Olisametu made and signed. This is the publication we are making reference to. Yeah. Asking party first to go and buy form for congresses on Tuesday. He published this on Thursday, knowing fully well that the Federal Republic of Nigeria has declared Friday and Monday public holidays, and the banks will not work. Then he now maneuvered his way so that by Tuesday, he will now come and ordain the KMI group, who has given form from Abuja.
On the other side, the accused is saying infiltrators are attempting to destabilize PDP activities by portraying its members as troublemakers.
Who signed the letter to INEC informing INEC about this election, about this Congress? Was it Olisametu or was it Keremakai? Who signed the letter to CP Anambra? Because I'm sure that even CP Anambra has a letter with him. Who signed the letter to Inspector General of Police?
The third angle is determined not to lose out in his quest to clinch positions and also throws its voice into the already overfilled basket of sentiments.
Where the party insists on zoning formula in the distribution of state party offices, that it is the demand of the zone central that the state chairman be zoned to us at the central.
Beyond hoping that this matter is resolved peacefully, is the need for the aggrieved politicians to realize one thing. People living in glass houses should not throw stones.
Meanwhile, the state's governor, Mr. Willie Obiano, has tasked Muslims in the state to be vigilant and security conscious as the Eid al-Fitr celebrations come to an end. He made this call during a feast with members of the Islamic community at his Aguleri country home in Anambra East local government area. Governor Obiano also called on all Nigerians to live peacefully.
My plea to you is to be observant amongst your people, in the mosques everywhere. Make sure that you know who is coming. You don't want a situation where from yourselves you have challenges. You know what is happening in one today. So as soon as you see anything that is not what you should do, report to the police immediately or call my SSA or Sule can quickly trigger it or it will help to protect everybody. So that's one challenge I have for you. Make sure that amongst your community that you know who is who, and if you have strangers there that you don't understand, report them to the police immediately.
Staying with the celebrations, the Kogi State Governor, Captain Idris Wada, has again promised civil servants in the state of steady payment of their salaries and allowances. The federal government recently approved 804.7 billion naira bailout funds for states owing salary arrears, but Governor Wada says the money has yet to be received. He made this known as he hosted Muslims in Lokoja.
was told that civil servants are not happy, they are threatening and things like that. That they believe that the state got 200 billion bailout money and we have not used it to pay salaries. What the federal government made available to all the states and in the federation is 400 billion. And the share that will come to Kogi State is 2.6 billion. And it has not come. They just announced it on TV. We see the news, but we haven't seen the money. I can show you confirmation from the Accountant General on my phone, because I've been asking him every day since that he was, have we got this money? Have we got? I said, yesterday, we have not gotten the money. And without that money, we cannot pay salary. In this state, we are 1 month behind on salary. But we need that money to complement what we have to be able to pay full salaries to workers.
Kogi State's Governor Idris Wada. After 2 decades of border disputes that involved the razing of hundreds of houses, bloodletting, with hundreds of persons displaced and whole villages sacked, the warring communities in Wakama in Ogbuololo local government area, in Poho, entire local government area of Rivers State, have called for peace in the area. During a meeting with the Commissioner of Police in the state, Chris Ezike, at the command headquarters in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, elders and representatives of these communities agreed to sheath their swords.
Apparently fed up with the destruction and bloodletting, elders, leaders and representatives of the Wakama and Bogo communities in River State converged on the police headquarters in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, to converse for peace.
Thank you for joining mercies granted to every one of us.
It was a sober moment for both communities as the Commissioner of Police addressed them.
This meeting is very important because it's a peace meeting. I have always maintained that the total cost, both in terms of monetary cost and in terms of energy, to look for peace is not up to a fraction of starting a war.
That Dana Peace Committee was inaugurated by the Police Commissioner and charged with the responsibility of ensuring peace between the communities.
We've also noted that at the root of this crisis may be a boundary dispute, and that moving forward, this boundary dispute needs to be addressed. And also leveraging from that, we will appeal to the state government to add to this committee a senior staff of the Ministry of Land Survey and Urban Planning, so that he may offer technical advice to this committee as they move forward.
For some, the crisis was avoidable.
It is a matter the both communities can just sit down and settle themselves. It's just that they were not able to address their youths on the issue.
After all said and done, everyone appears to be on the same page.
I believe that the step they have taken will bring an end of all these crises we are having between Pogo and Wakama.
The two communities have accepted to maintain peace and harmony, and we have been commissioned to go and maintain peace in the interim, pending what the committee will come up with. And I do know that definitely we are going to achieve an everlasting peace for these two communities.
With this peace accord, the people of Wakama and Bogo communities can only hope for a better and peaceful coexistence. Emmanuel Irey, Channels Television News.
It's been 3 years since Bakassi was ceded to Cameroon, and there seems to be no end to the ceaseless cry for justice by the displaced Indigenes. Now the people are demanding a proper settlement where they can continue with their lives. The governor, Mr. Ben Ayade, is also appealing to the federal government and the United Nations to intervene and provide better living conditions for the people.
March 7, 2013, a day never to be forgotten by the people of Bakassi. A day when fate brought these displaced people to temporarily seek shelter in this community, following the ceding of their ancestral homes to Cameroon. Their original means of livelihood has been cut off, their fundamental rights trampled upon, and worst of it all, they are stateless. 2 years gone and still counting, they have had to contend with harsh conditions they have found themselves in.
Besides government,
the picture says it all. They have become refugees in their own country. Over 2,000 of them cluster in these classrooms under unfavorable conditions, a path they never chose for themselves. Now, they are demanding for a proper resettlement, a place they can call their home. This Day Spring Island, a riverine community, is where they want to be resettled in order to continue with their means of livelihood, which is fishing.
For 965 households here, which is about 3,720 something, which the youngest one is over 200 plus. 2,000 plus. You've seen that the situation, we are now on the village.
we want government to come and build our house for us and take us from this place back to our home.
They are not alone in their plea for a better condition. A team from the United Nations is meeting with the governor of Cross River State to find a way of solving this problem.
I'd also like to see that the state engage further with us in finance so that those people can find lasting solutions. Lasting solutions being that they should be settled on some land that they can call theirs. Because right now where they are living is still displacement and they are not stable there. And they are in need of having some sustainable living.
Governor Ayade is also worried by their plight. He has promised to partner with the United Nations, but wants the federal government to intervene.
The United Nations must therefore look beyond the boundaries of what is celebrated in the papers. Go deeper into the villages and see that they truly displaced people that need help, who have not received the political limelight and the national attention, are actually suffering, perhaps even much more. I therefore implore the United Nations with the God that I serve, that if there's any place that needs an emergency, it is the people of Bakassi.
An agreement has been reached. The residents of Bakassi are waiting to see when justice will prevail so that their condition will change for good.
Next on the news at 10, hope rises for Greece as Germany offers a bailout. Please stay with us.